Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I really appreciate all the feedback that I've received from so many people regarding my interview with KT1. I appreciate the feedback of the questions that I asked and on my community page, and just how much people are looking forward to me returning to my roots of 2022, which is when I started and then wasn't able to continue this year for a variety of reasons. My interview series where I take a content creator and I have the community submit questions, and I just spend an hour or more sitting back, asking them, listening, and learning. And one of the things that I talked about with KT1 early on was Kabam's overall goal of getting players' excitement level still enough to care and be invested and rewarded, most importantly, from after July 4th week sales to Cyber Week to eventually gifting, or whatever the heck they're calling it this year, since they don't want us to use the G word. I do think they're headed in the right direction with this, but I don't know if it's enough. There's always a Summoner Appreciation event, which I think is sort of now termed a Legends event. And if you need a reminder, I took screenshots of the Kabam PowerPoint and saved them, because I am that much of a nerd. So yes, we have the 14-day login calendar, which for Paragon players, of course, is the top calendar, which gets you Tier 6 Basic, Tier 3 Alpha. By the way, in terms of those, way more for free just by logging in than we would normally see in a lot of like content during the month that's actually explored. Like, that's way better resources for free than 100% exploring the event quest, which is kind of funny, but also makes sense. Better rewards than most of the side quests. And, I think in terms of 6-star shards, also even better than that. Better 7-star shards than most. So this is like maybe a preview of the future, but at the same time, it's really fascinating the way that this is evolving. So we've got this, which also gets you an exclusive 7-star Legend Selector, which Ant-Man's all the way down there. But I think most people, including myself, are probably just going to pick Ebony Coleslaw for defense as a 7-star. And then the Titan Crystal comes out later on this month, which honestly, for this thing, I'm most excited, if I can even open one, which I probably can't, for Lady Deathstrike. But Kindred's probably going to be a beast, and people are excited for that. But then again, the Titan Crystal, and shout out to Jugs for being KT1's favorite champ. That was a cool nugget to learn about him. Champs like Null and Crossbones need to be max sig. Need to be not just awakened, but max sig. That's why Hyperion's pretty exciting in this pool, because he can be great right away. Same with Warlock. But overall, this is just a warm-up, because most people aren't going to be able to open Titan Crystals anytime soon. And so they told us about Ascension in September. We know about the Badge 1, Tier 1 Primordial Dust, Tier 2 Primordial Dust, the Ascension power scaling, the end-game message where we'll get to have enough Primordial Dust level 1 to perform our first Ascension, which still sounds almost like an exorcism to me, but obviously in a positive way. Although I guess if you got an exorcism, depending on who you are, it could still be positive. But then, why is this message saved? Well, because it says available in the Caps Enlistment event. You'll get more Primordial Dust, because the Caps Enlistment event is the prayer to save the game partially in between July 4th week and Cyber Week. It is a call to action to do everything, from the arena to Alliance Quest to Alliance War to, I'm sure, Battlegrounds. And so if you normally do all that stuff, great. But if you're like me and you haven't done Alliance War, like, I'll join War, but not really, just for free loyalty in the off-season, but I won't actually do any fights. This would obviously be different. Primordial Dust for your first 6-star Ascension, which I'm guessing 95% of you watching this are going to be like me and just try to ascend your Hercules, because why not? Special Crystal full of beefy Alliance War Defenders, which, yep, that's sort of what I look at for the Titan Crystal and 7-star Basic Crystal too. Titan Crystal Shards, 7-star Shards, a full 6-star Relic Crystal, Tons of glory, loyalty, trophy tokens, and artifacts. Always love trophy tokens. And then you get to send crystals with multiple player items and currencies. Will this be enough to save the game in September? I think maybe. But again, all of this combined isn't close to what we were able to do, especially with rank up resources, during July 4th week sales. So one of the things I talked to KT about, and he, echoed, was if you want to get players interested, you've got to reward them for playing the game, even if they're not spending a ton of money, versus just swiping that credit card every few months. And I think this sort of gets that, but doesn't to the point of feeling like it's anywhere close to on par with July 4th. And I'm not saying that they can't in some ways be apples and oranges in comparison, but it's just going to be interesting. I'm going to be monitoring this next month for sure. So, are you hyped? Are you skeptical? Maybe both? Thanks for your feedback. Thanks for watching.